Life. We can either be bystanders or creators. Now is the time to awaken to your divine identity and the power of the I Am within, to create a joyous and fulfilled life no matter what your circumstances are. There are answers to life's big questions, and there is a spiritual path that you can walk in this modern world that leads to soul liberation and ascension. In this dawning age of Aquarius, we're called upon to manifest the light of the mighty I Am presence to the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode where we're taking a deeper dive into a foundational teaching in the tradition of the Ascended Masters, and that's the three kingdoms in heaven. These kingdoms encompass the Angelic Kingdom, the Elemental Kingdom, and the Kingdom of Man, or Ascended Masters, which is the goal of every son and daughter of God. Now, many people today recognize that our world is witnessing an intense struggle between light and darkness. While it's easy to see evidence of dark, even satanic forces at work, what often goes overlooked or is misunderstood is the immeasurable powers of the heavenly realms. Angels, elementals, and ascended masters far surpass any negative energy in the universe. God's kingdom is far greater than any fallen ones who create havoc on the earth. Now, for more information, check out our podcast episode entitled The Great White Brotherhood, Guardians of Spiritual Evolution. So these mighty forces of light continue to guide, protect, and uplift humanity, reminding us that darkness can never truly overshadow the brilliance of the divine. Now, before we dive in, I want to mention that if you're interested in learning more about specific archangels, you can check out our earlier series on the 7 archangels, where we discuss each of these magnificent beings in greater depth. Now, let's explore each of these heavenly kingdoms in more depth. First, the Angelic Kingdom. It is often the most familiar to us, thanks to scriptures, our personal experiences, and just their general popularity in our culture. Angels serve as divine messengers, guardians, healers, and protectors of humanity. They stand as somewhat of a bridge between the heavenly realms and our earthly existence. In traditional Christianity, it says that angels are grouped into 9 orders or choirs, each with distinct roles and responsibilities. These choirs include archangels, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominions, virtues, powers, principalities, and guardian angels. The archangels are the leaders or hierarchs of the different bands of angels. The 7 archangels, Michael, Jophiel, Chamuel, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Zadkiel, are among the most well-known. Then we have seraphim. Closest to the throne of God, their name means burning ones, reflecting their intense love and fiery presence. Cherubim, known for their wisdom and guardianship of divine secrets. Thrones represent God's justice and often serve as conduits of divine will. Dominions regulate the duties of lower-ranking angels and ensure the cosmos remains in divine order. Virtues associated with miracles and the bestowal of grace and courage. Powers, guardians against evil influences, often involved in spiritual warfare. Principalities oversee nations and larger groups of people, guiding them toward the divine plan. And angels, in the general sense, these are the ones closest to humanity, assigned as personal guardians and guides. Regardless of their specific order or title, all angels work toward the upliftment of souls and the fulfillment of God's divine will. Their presence reassures us that we're never truly alone, and we can call upon them for comfort, guidance, and protection. While angels guide and protect us on a spiritual level, the elemental kingdom maintains the balance and vitality of the natural world itself. These nature spirits or elementals are the energetic architects working behind the scenes of creation. Gnomes, which are the elementals of the earth element, are guardians of soil, minerals, and plant life, helping to nourish and sustain all forms of terrestrial existence. Undines of the water element oversee the oceans, rivers, and all aquatic realms, purifying and renewing Earth's water supplies. Sylphs of the air element operate within the skies, directing winds and maintaining atmospheric harmony. Salamanders are of the fire element. They are stewards of flame and heat energy. It's notable that fire is the only one of the four elements that's not naturally found on Earth. There needs to be some form of ignition to create fire, whether it be from striking matches or from a lightning bolt. From a spiritual perspective, spiritual fire must be invoked to bring its action into the earth. Each group of elementals is often guided by powerful cosmic overseers, sometimes called directors or hierarchs of the elements. For example, Ramesses and Diana are hierarchs for fire, Neptune and Luara for water, Virgo and Pelluor for earth, and Aries and Thor for air. According to spiritual ecology teachings, human thoughts and actions can either support or burden these beings. Pollution, destructive behavior, and negative energies create disharmony that elementals must work extra hard to counterbalance. Elemental beings can also be manipulated by sorcery, black magic, and witchcraft. So when we witness nature being destructive, keep in mind that the elementals are manifesting the unconscious or deliberate negative energies of man, because man was given dominion over the earth. In Ascended Master teaching, the term man or humanity includes both embodied souls on earth and those who have evolved spiritually to become Ascended Masters. Ascended Masters are individuals who've walked among us, sometimes recognized as saints, prophets, or great teachers, or just ordinary individuals who have achieved mastery over their human limitations and eventually ascended to a higher plane of existence. Well-known Ascended Masters include, of course, Jesus, who ascended into heaven at the end of his earthly life, Saint Germain, El Morya, Kuan Yin, and many others. They continue to serve humanity from the higher planes, guiding spiritual seekers and facilitating cosmic balance. Their role and purpose include, through teachings, revelations, and interventions, Ascended Masters help us remember our own divinity and potential for self-transcendence and reunion with God. They radiate light and love to all corners of the globe, assisting angelic and elemental kingdoms in elevating the Earth's vibration. Their lives offer us a blueprint for spiritual attainment, showing that we too can overcome our limitations and ascend to the oneness with the divine. In understanding the three kingdoms, the Angelic Kingdom, the Elemental Kingdom, and the Kingdom of Man, Ascended Masters, we gain a more complete picture of the unseen workings of the cosmos. From the angels who guide and protect us, to the elementals that sustain our natural world, to the Ascended Masters who encourage our spiritual evolution, each plays a vital role in the grand tapestry of life. And if you've enjoyed today's exploration, don't forget to check out our earlier series on the seven archangels for even deeper insights into the angelic realm, and our podcast on the Great White Brotherhood for more information on the Kingdom of Man. In coming episodes, we'll continue to explore practical ways we can align with and support the celestial and elemental forces to bring more harmony, love, and light into our lives and into the world. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, remember, no matter how intense the darkness seems, the forces of light are infinitely greater. Stay uplifted and stay inspired.
Thank you for joining us today. And if you enjoyed this message, please subscribe and share. Until next time, be blessed and keep shining your light.